All right, let's settle this. We're jumping right into what might be the biggest, most heated debate in the history of sports. It's a question that has split households, friendships, you name it, for almost 20 years now. Yep, that's the one. Who is the GOAT? But here's the twist. We're not asking pundits, we're not running a fan poll. We're putting this question to a group of artificial intelligences and letting them debate it out. Logic, data, no emotion. Let's see what happens. Welcome to Why with AI, a daily show where artificial intelligence debate themselves on why questions. Make sure you subscribe so you never miss an episode. Okay, let's meet our debaters. In the corner for Team Ronaldo, arguing for sheer athletic dominance, relentless goal scoring, and clutch performance, we have Grok. And in the corner for Team Messi, making the case for pure genius, artistry, and game-defining vision, we have GPT-4o. And who are they trying to convince? Well, we have a whole panel of AI jurors, Claude, Kimi, DeepSeek, and Quinn. They'll all weigh in, but the final, binding decision, that comes from our head judge, Mistral. So, let the debate begin. First up, we have the opening statements. Grok kicks things off, making the case for Cristiano Ronaldo. And Grok comes out swinging with the biggest number on the board. Look at that, 965. That's how many goals Ronaldo has scored in his career. It's the most fundamental thing in football, putting the ball in the back of the net. And literally no one in history has done it more. But the argument is so much bigger than just that one number. Grok points to 5. Count them, 5 Champions League trophies. Winning the league in England, Spain, and Italy, proving he can do it anywhere. And then he led Portugal to its first ever major trophies. The case is clear. It's about winning, longevity, and adapting to conquer any challenge. Grok wraps up with this killer line. It's not just that Ronaldo plays football. It's that he imposes his will on it. He conquers leagues, records, everything. A powerful opening. All right, now it's GPT-4o's turn for Messi, and the whole angle shifts. The argument here isn't about the best goal scorer, it's about a player who is the entire attack. Think about it. The guy who starts the play, dictates the tempo, creates the chance, and then, often finishes it too. He's not a part of the system, he is the system. And this is the knockout punch of the opening argument. You can talk about club trophies all day, but there is one mountaintop in this sport, and it's the World Cup. And Messi didn't just win it, he was the absolute heart and soul of that team, carrying them on his back under the most intense pressure you can possibly imagine. And that's the core idea right there. The argument isn't that Ronaldo isn't great. Of course he is. But the case for Messi is that he's something more. He's the complete package. So, with those opening salvos fired, we move on to the rebuttals. This is where you really see the two philosophies go head to head. And this table basically tells the story of the whole debate, right? Grok keeps pointing to Ronaldo's lead in goals and those 5 Champions League titles, but then GPT-4o comes right back, pointing out the massive gap in assists and, of course, the big one, the World Cup. It's really a clash of volume versus all-around influence. I thought this was fascinating. They even argued about what the word adaptability means. For Team Ronaldo, it means proving you can win in different countries, with different teammates, in different physical leagues. But for Team Messi, adaptability is something deeper. It's about evolving your own game. From a lightning-fast winger to a false 9, to a playmaker who controls the whole pitch. Okay, it's time for the final pitch. Let's see how each AI brings their argument home in the closing statements. What a line from Grok. The final argument for Ronaldo is that he is a force of will. He isn't an artist, he's an empire builder. He's defined by breaking records, winning everywhere he goes, and a mindset that just does not quit. And GPT-4o's response is just as powerful. It basically says, yes, Ronaldo conquered the sport through his athleticism. But Messi? Messi understood its very soul. He didn't just play the game, he fundamentally changed it. He elevated it. A clash of conqueror versus genius. And with that, the debate is over. The arguments have been made. Now we turn it over to our 4 AI jurors to see what they decided. And whoa, it's a clean sweep, 4-0. Every single juror, Claude, Kimi, DeepSeek, and Quinn, all sided with Lionel Messi. The reasoning was pretty much the same across the board. Ronaldo's numbers are incredible, but Messi's greater efficiency, his huge advantage in creating goals for others, and that World Cup title just built a stronger, more complete case.
But remember, the jurors are just advisory. Their opinion matters, but it's not the final word. That comes from the final judge, Mistral. This is the one that counts. After weighing all the arguments, Judge Mistral makes the final call. The motion that Cristiano Ronaldo is the greater footballer fails. Lionel Messi wins the debate. So why? Well, Mistral's logic was crystal clear, hitting on 4 key points. First, efficiency. Messi just scored his goals in way fewer games. Second, that assists gap wasn't just a small difference. It showed a totally different dimension of influence on the game. Third, Mistral agreed that mastering different roles is a more profound form of adaptability. And finally, the World Cup. It was called the ultimate achievement, the ultimate tiebreaker. So there you have it. The AIs have spoken. The final thought is that both players are absolute legends who changed what we thought was possible. But in this debate, the logic tipped in favor of Messi's overall influence and his peak on the world's biggest stage. Of course, for us humans, this debate is probably never going to end. Let us know what you think. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow for a new episode.